Okay, good. I'm gonna take you right from scratch. Usually we wait till, I do anyway, till the frost knocks them dead. Then I go out and I cut, well, you can leave this that much if you want to. And doesn't mean you gotta dig right away. It means you're cutting off the top, get rid of the trash. And if you wait a week or so, they think they're gonna go again and the eyes are gonna pop out when you dig them. And when you dig, don't dig close to the, where you put your tuber. Go out about almost a foot. Go right around and fry them up. And this is what they call the mother tuber. This is the tuber we planted. The writing is still on it. I can't tell what it says, but I do have a tag here. But we've got to get rid of that because it will rot and take the rest with it.
You weren't digging yet, are you?
Pardon me?
Yeah, no, after the frost.
Yeah.
No, it's over. I got to start. I remember Mike Fryer's words. And when the last show was over, Mike Fryer started to dig. Because he said, I hate to dig in the cold. It's not fun to be out there. Snow. So he never had a problem, you know.
Actually, if you look at Dahlia Alert, or Dahlia Net, that talk group, which is excellent to, if you go to the ADS and you click on the online chat sites, there's a lot of information in there. And they were talking just about that. They were saying that the theory is if they've had 120 days to develop, this should be.
Yeah, they're not gonna go. How much more are they gonna go?
Whether or not you've had a frost.
How much, yeah.
The trick is having a cool place.
People think they're gonna, it hardens the tuber. I don't know, Kevin could probably tell you more about that. I don't think it has anything. Kevin, do you think it actually has anything to do with, they say a frost hardens the tuber? Like she's saying, they had 120 days to grow. How much more are you gonna grow between now and?
I think it has a lot more to do with the shortening of the day length than frost, really. I think the.
Right, I don't feel.
Well, I read another thing on that same site. They said that when your centers blow and your stems appear to be
right now.
weak, that means most of the nitrogen has washed out of the soil, and they are.
That's interesting.
They are good. You know, that's what they were saying.
Okay.
Now, David, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
You cut them down like you just did. Now, do you do that?
With a machete. No. Go ahead.
I have one of those from
Go ahead.
Halifax. But no, I was gonna say, when you leave them open like that and you get some rain,
Right.
they fill up with rain.
Good.
Wouldn't that not be
No,
too good?
no. These are blocked off right here.
Oh,
In fact, there was water in it when I cut these.
Really?
Probably from taking a flower, you know, down the road there. It left one of these open somewhere up in
and
here.
on the bottom is blocked.
And it's blocked right off. There was water almost up to the thing. So they don't get really onto the tuber. I
Okay.
suppose it could, but.
Do you know, I know somebody in Long Island, and what they do is they put a drill hole right down through the middle.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
and it
I
does
know.
help.
I've
you
been
know.
growing them for 25 years.
And you don't, yeah, I've had problems.
Okay, now we're gonna look, what we wanna look for is the eye. If you wanna come up and see it, that's an eye.
That's the thing.
There's an eye right there, right behind that.
Go back to the other one.
There's an eye right there. There's an eye here, an eye here.
Okay.
So, if you're
So
not sure.
they tend to be more pointy than the round.
Right.
Because there's a lot.
It's like a pinball.
Yeah, because there's a lot of these round things here, that's not an eye.
It probably is not,
But
no.
this is
Right,
more
they're more
pointy.
pointed.
Right.
Sometimes you'll dig them up, and I don't care how good you look, you're not gonna see the eye. Hamilton Low is the one that hangs onto those eyes until almost next spring. But if you're not sure, and I'm not gonna do this now, but if you're not sure what you're doing, at least, they always say, at least cut the clump in half. You know, cut it off here and cut the clump in half. It gives it a chance to do some prying. The first thing we gotta do, I usually just break it off if it's tough. But you gotta get rid of this mother tuber. So that goes away. Then what we do is we make a
Watch your
cut
fingers.
like this.
You don't cut
Yeah.
with your fingers.
We all dahlia growers have bad fingers and hands.
Oh, yes, my husband's been in the emergency room.
Oh, Jesus.
Some of us don't.
Okay, there's your tuber with the eye. You're gonna trim it up a little bit, get rid of some of it, if there's a little more dirt on it. And we get rid of what they call the carrot end. And I just kinda tear some of these off. They'll dry off and fall off.
Dave, will you keep a tuber that you can't see the eye?
Pardon me?
Will you keep a tuber that you can't see the eye?
Yeah, I have. But after growing 25 years, you look at it, you say, I'm pretty sure there's an eye gonna come out of there.
Well,
If it
I'm
does,
thinking about next spring, when we go and look for tubers for the show.
That's an eye.
about the special dirt.
That's an eye.
Oh,
There's probably 2 or 3 eyes on there, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely one there. Yeah.
See, Dave works different than I work. Dave works in suicide fashion by cutting toward himself. I take that big stalk and I use loppers and cut that stalk right off. Then I have it down on a board when I divide it in half. See, he doesn't value
He
his
does that
hands.
at home because he doesn't have his true
If I-
working.
I don't know, but I value my hands. I don't,
I haven't, knock on
no, I
wood,
take the whole stalk
I
off
haven't cut
first.
myself in a long, long time.
Yeah, but he has cut himself, even
Oh,
though it's
yeah.
a long time.
Oh, I've slipped.
I've never cut myself, and it's 40 years, so I've been
No,
lucky.
you stuck the knife in your leg.
No, I didn't stick it, it fell on my leg, I didn't cut myself.
Remember, I got stitches.
If you see a bad spot,
Yeah.
you know, kind of cut it out. Sometimes a little more will get in there or whatever.
Sal,
Just kind of scrape
see
it
a
out.
bad spot, cut it out, look.
Get rid of it. Just cut that end right off like that. Sometimes you'll see it too, you're not sure, geez, is that an eye on it? So you keep I keep 2 of them together sometimes. I notice this has a crack in it, so.
Easy to cut it, this kind of.
And if they're still dirty like this, or a piece hanging off, I'll clean it off a little more with a hose or something.
I think our November meeting is kind of early.
I meant to tell you that, as
So,
you dig it out of the
yeah.
ground, naturally, there's dirt caked all over it, and my hose goes hooked up to
People
it.
could drink
We get
some
into
fun.
tree, oh yeah,
thought it
give
was
it a
the
good,
14th,
but
isn't
don't
it?
blast the hell
I
out of it,
think
because
I'm
you
coming
can break,
back.
the necks are very
I don't know what's around me, but I know I'm coming back on Saturday and the meeting's on Sunday.
I think it is
And
the
then as you
14th.
cut the tube, you get a good cord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After,
yeah.
just a little cleanup and mark.
And, okay,
It's the 14th.
you
It's the
see
6th.
what,
13th. Okay. Jesse, I think we could offer to the new members, if they're not sure how to cut them, to have them bring them on the 13th, and we can help them.
when it's wet,
Because that's not too late.
like that, yeah. And if it's totally dry, you just use a marking pen, long pencil.
You don't want them away wet.
No, okay. Now, if I'm all set here like this, I'll do a bunch, I'll make it 20 of them. And I take them down south, and I have a,
Yeah.
like a Coca-Cola crate or
You're
something.
kind of far off.
Or a milk crate, I'll put them in there so the air gets in there also. I'll actually cover them gently with newspaper, so they don't dry up too rapidly. What I cut, when I'm through at say 7 o'clock at night, by 7 o'clock the next night, they're into, I use pearl. Oh yeah, they'll start to shrivel very rapidly, and that'll scab itself right over. These will all be scabbed over. See where they almost start to shrink.
Now, do you save your pearl like year after year?
Yes.